That's playback.tv/Lakers Fast Break. I am your host, Magic Man, aka Sean Grice, and we're just watching another vintage, atrocious first quarter by the Lakers. As they should, Alan. I mean, the book is out on him. Well, in one of two, it's the Lakers down 26-15. Can't even get the tap back. Three for Grayson Allen. Jeez. Ugh. And again, no matter to me, it doesn't matter. Like we're talking about us, but our opponent. To me, it doesn't matter what adjustments they make. Um, Vogel really doesn't have the defenders that he had in Los Angeles, and when Frank Vogel does not have at least above average to good NBA defenders, then he's not adequately adept to take advantage of mismatches in the playoffs as you go deeper. So I don't see Phoenix really going very far. And this is what happens when you have flaws as a head coach. You do not have adequately equipped assistants to help you and guide you through your weaknesses and your flaws, you're fucked. You are absolutely fucked. And, a good example I use to, illustrate that point is the 2011 Mavs. Veteran team, kind of long in the tooth, yet they had Terry Stotts as your offensive systems coach, and Dwayne Casey helped run the defense. Rick Carlisle had very, very, very good assistant coaches, and it paid dividends the further they went in the playoffs. It's 3 days. It's 3 days. After January 3rd, you should not be saying Happy New Year anymore. No paint protection at all. There's no way Eric Gordon should be allowed to get around Taurean Prince. Like, come on, man. Eric Gordon has shoddy knees, and he was just able to just get Taurean Prince, man. You're 30 fucking years old, Taurean Prince. Why are you falling for that shit? Because you suck. This is just pathetic. Why the fuck are you wearing a headband? You look like you belong in Olivia Newton-John workout video from the '80s. Yo, Book, that headband looks so fucking stupid on you. You look like a you look like a you look like a fucking Melvin, dude. Like, straight up. You look like a dweeb with that headband. You look like a fucking dweeb. I know, Alan. You don't need to tell me that. There's not extrasensory telepathy yet, but he looks like a fucking dweeb, a dork. Come on, that's Azubuike, AD, fuck. That was not good defense by the Suns, Kevin Harlan. That was bad offense by the Lakers.
What's up, Sean? How's it going?
Hey, Nick.
Um, it looks like we're getting cooked a little bit, man.
Yeah, man. I think, Nick, it's more about us leaking oil right now because that was the first field goal in about almost 5 minutes. The fact that this team cannot score with a 39-year-old LeBron James on the bench is an indictment on Pelinka and Ham's, roster construction, Nick. It's pathetic.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Sean. Admittedly, I think I've said this before, but I'll be the first to admit that um, I didn't think the supporting cast was going to be this bad. I actually thought that it was the roster seemed okay to me before the season started.
I think, certain things, um, transpired that, you know, caused people to think differently, Nick. Like, I was with you. I thought it was adequate. Like, not maybe good or great, but just adequate. That being said, uh, Reddish provides no offense. I don't give a shit that Ham thinks that he's grown, and I don't give a shit that a lot of people think, "Oh, well, Ham and the coaching staff are trying to make the most out of Vando's, lack of offensive prowess, also horseshit. They're at best regressive offensive players. Torian Prince shouldn't be playing more than 30 minutes a game because he's proven to be less efficient and ineffective. You also have Christian Wood, whose role has been and there that guy right there sitting out, he's got the biggest beef with Darvin Ham, him and D'Lo. What I think what is frustrating, Nick, is that he's allowed Cam Reddish and Vando both to make individual mistakes, right? But because he has a favoritism towards them, unlike D'Lo, he's willing to give them more, leeway to make mistakes, yet D'Lo is given a requisite amount of time on the court, and if he's not being, uh, either productive on offense and okay defensively, he's really not going to, give him the same kind of, discretionary, leeway that he would the other 2. It's obvious he has his favorites, and his favorites don't lead us to wins. In the NBA, you want wins. In order to get wins, you need to score points.
That's exactly right, Sean. And on the scoring points front, I'll just highlight something that I think both you and Gerald have pointed out, and it's just I'm a Vanderbilt fan. I like Vando, um, but what he's done this season so far is nothing short of alarming.
Yes.
Sean, I don't need to tell you this, but just for the audience, he's shooting 6.7% from three.
How
6% from 3, so that's not I didn't misstate anything, that's less than 7%, and Sean, he's averaging 2.5 points per game, and so far this season, obviously, he's missed some games, but in 17 games, Vando has scored 43 points. That's as much as, like, some players make in 1 game.
Yes. Yes. And Nick, because a lot of teams utilize drop coverage now, it I don't give a shit, and no one gives a flying fuck how good your individual defense is because it doesn't matter how good your individual defense is in drop coverage. In drop coverage, you have to have 5 guys pretty much on a rope or chain together, and if one person is out of place or 2 people are out of place, it fucks up the whole chain rope for everybody else. So it doesn't matter how good your individual defense is anymore. This isn't 2004. It's 2024. You have to be a very good to excellent team defender on a championship caliber team.
Yeah, and Sean, actually, with just specifically with respect to Vando, like, what do you think the issue has been? Do you think it's as simple as him getting paid and not caring that much this season, or do you think it's something more to do with Darvin Ham's schemes, or I don't know.
I think it's a combination of both, dude. But that's a great point. Like, Nick, what would you say is Darvin Ham's biggest strength on the offensive end?
On the offensive end,
Yeah,
I
what
don't
would
think
be
he's
his
done
biggest
much.
strength as a coach?
Okay, I don't know. Maybe biggest strength as a coach, right? He's touted as being a like
Don't
a
give me the motivational stuff. Like, I
like a
wanna like, X's and O's,
X's
like
and O's.
yeah, what's he really good at offensively?
Nah, man, it's hard to say, Sean.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying, Nick, I
I
agree,
don't
like,
know.
I've been racking my brain for days thinking about that, like, like, are we being harshly unfair to this man? No, no, because there's not really anything he's good at offensively. Oh, I agree, Doobie. Yeah, that's that's true to an extent, Alan, but Vando had the same problems finishing at the rim last year as he does this year. He was just I think, like you said, the pace was different, so maybe his flaws were less obvious. That being said, he's regressed. He's regressed drastically.
Sean, what do you think that well, I guess, this was I guess, a non-starter, right? But, like, to remind everybody, Sean, I believe Vanderbilt can't be traded this year, right?
He can't be traded, no, AD can't be traded until the actual trade deadline. I mean, that's a moot point. It's moot because we're not trading him, obviously, but it just needs to be said. Those 2 cannot be have restrictions on their movement.
Sean, the fact that Vanderbilt can't be traded leads me to believe that his issue is more along the lines of, "Hey, he got comfortable."
I mean, ooh, yeah, yeah. Hard to argue against that logic, Nick. That being said, this is also, again, on Rob Pelinka. Why did you wait until the last minute to do that? If you thought that you were going to need, um, the requisite salary cap to make an advantageous trade, why did you do that? Like, you cut off your nose to spite your face, and that
Yeah, I mean, the only reasoning I could think of is that Palinka was just kind of biding his time to, like, get Vando on a reasonable deal, which I guess he is, right? He's on a 4 or is it a 3-year, 12,000,000, Sean, or what?
no, it was 448, man. It was
Oh,
448.
oh, he's that high?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. 4 years, 12,000,000 a year.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, man. For 43 points in 7 games.
Yeah, Vando's more like, I mean, he's been playing like a minimum player, if that.
Absolutely, Nick. That's in. Ooh, just missed. It's not and Nick,
Mhm.
I'm still seeing the message boards. It's not one move that's going to correct the course. It's not a course correction on one player. It's going to take multiple players who have multiple skills, right? Because another another aspect is we also are kind of on pins and needles because we have a lot of one-dimensional players. Vando is one-dimensional. Cam is one-dimensional. Jackson Hayes is one-dimensional. Christian Wood, if he's not, shooting well from 3, he is one-dimensional. Like, you can't have that many one-dimensional players, with LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
No, I completely agree, Sean. That's, it's like having a, I don't know.
You know, again, like, when he was in Cleveland, right? So, his 3 main big men were, Kevin Love, Timothy Mozgov, and Tristan Thompson. All 3 of those guys have completely different skill sets. Kevin Love is a three-point shooter and a great offensive rebounder.
And good passer too, Sean.
Good good outlet passer, yes, great outlet passer. Tristan Thompson is, was one of the most excellent screen setters in the NBA, and he could, rebound with the best of them. And Mozgov, oh god, uh, he did what he did in Cleveland anyway, and, Mitch Kupchak and Jim Buss just fell in love with, with a particular skill set because 'cause they're fucking idiots. Um, but it worked. It worked. All 3 of those guys were able to click with LeBron on the court. Um, in the backcourt, he had Kyrie Irving, who could drive, kick, s not a terrible screener, even though for his size. LeBron just had multiple weapons. Like, there were very few one-dimensional players on that Cavs team. Iman Shumpert, then you had James Jones, like, Kobe Altman, Pat Riley, Spo, all those guys put multiple, uh, versatile, skillful players around them, and the fact is, Nick, I don't care what the pom-pom wavers wanna say, Pelinka just isn't that depthful as a GM, like, he doesn't obviously think about what is required in today's NBA and to put that around LeBron and AD.
No, I agree, Sean, and since, and I guess I was looking at Vandal's previous contract, but you're absolutely right that he had, or he got the $48 million deal. Um, so Sean, actually, like, just thinking of Vandal's performance, that has to be one of the worst contracts in the league right now, to be honest.
Mm,
I mean, it's probably not like
it's probably one of, like, the worst, like, mid. I'd agree with you there, Nick. Yeah, like, between 10 and 15 mil, that's probably one of the worst, definitely.
and let me clarify, when I say bad, when you let's assume, Vando was on the trading block, like, the Lakers would probably be in a position where they would have to give up value to trade Vando, right?
Yes, which is insane to think about, right? Because, Nick, here's the deal, right? So, Rui can barely get at the most 25 minutes a night, yet Rui Rui is a very good mid-range shooter. He will he's never gonna shoot 50% from 3 again, especially in the playoffs. That was an aberration. But you know what? He can get deep. He can get a little hot from there, like around 34, 35%. But the fact is, his defense is alright. Like, it's not terrible. It's not enough to keep him off the court. Yet Cam insists on playing people like Reddish and Vando over Rui, who has multiple skills as an offensive player that Vando and Cam Reddish can only dream about.
And Sean, aside from the skills, he's just a bigger body.
Yeah,
A
6'8",
a a a
240.
a bigger body should count for something, right, Sean?
Yeah, man, you would think so. Again, I just think if if Ham had better assistance, Nick, I don't think we'd be as bad offensively as we are. That much I'm sure of. Like, I am 100% sure of that. 100%. The fact is that, you know, Rob Pelinka isn't smart enough to recognize that. It's just a fact. 'Cause Nick, I know we're just talking shop here, but you see the drop off in production when you have bad assistant coaches. Like, last year, Philly was 1 possession away from winning the Super Bowl, right? But yet, both assistants went elsewhere, and Sirianni hired bad assistants, and it's shown because that roster is like the top 3 roster in the NFL, yet they could lose and be out of the playoffs, right?
Mhm, right.
That's how big assistant coaches are. Like, I think it was Tom, trying to remember, I think it was Tom who said that, coaching doesn't really matter that much in the NBA. It does. It does. Your assistant coaches matter significantly. Why did you D'Lo. Hey, there you go. That's kinda what D'Lo's bag is. Trying to get too fucking cute in traffic. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why? This is why IQ matters on the court, and he's not a high IQ player. He's not a high IQ player. That is one of the biggest hindrances of his game. It's not his skills, it's his IQ.
Yeah, and Sean, and coupled with how slow-footed he is, that's a deadly combination.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, honestly, when in any profession, like, when you see somebody who's got that much talent, but then you have to scratch your head at some of the things they do, it really makes you wonder, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Sean, the chat, I'm not sure if you saw, but like I think it was Doobie, um, that was asking if you would do the reuse for DeJounte Murray trade.
Ooh. Based on, like, if we're just going to double down on defense, then yeah, do it. But in that case, Nick, I'd try to expand that deal, like, I'd include Rui and a first round pick, and you give me Bogdanovich and DeJounte Murray. I want both. If I have to give you Reeves, who's only 25, and Hashimura, who's also 25, plus a first, I want Bogdan.
Yeah,
'Cause
although it's a shame for like because we were just talking about Rui, Sean, how like I think he's a good player, and it's sad that he hasn't gotten many minutes so far this season.
Allen, Dorian Finney-Smith is gonna be over 30, so I I don't think he moves the needle that much. I think that's, like a lateral move, but Dorian Finney-Smith is a way better defender than D'Lo and can shoot the 3, so there you go. Point taken. Yep, driving in traffic against 3 guys is like
Sean, I know you're as a Lakers steal the ball. I know you're a fan of Tyus Jones. What do you think the street price for him would be?
I think, prob probably one of your better young players, um, might be able to get a sweetener for him. Um, the I think the issue I have, Nick, is that I'd be very hesitant to trade with the Wizards for this reason. You have talent on that team, yet you are one of the worst run organizations, and why should I compensate you fairly for that? I mean, a lot of the guys you have, you don't let them perform the skills that they're really good at, but you'll give the ball to Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma, and by the way, Jordan Poole's has the worst plus minus in the NBA, you know that, right, Nick?
Yeah, isn't it like minus 362 or something like that?
Yeah, it's close. We're closing in on -400. We're not we're not we're not even half halfway through the year yet. Um, but yeah, you'll give a usage rate to Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma yet, and DeLon Wright's been hurt, but DeLon Wright, Tyus Jones, um, you've also got Devi Advia there as well, and that's another one, Nick, like, again, like, if I'm gonna trade you Austin Reeves to the Wizards and Rui, then, yeah, I want Tyus Jones and your best perimeter defender in Deni.
Would Kuzma interest you at all, Sean, or at this point, he wouldn't?
Um, but as as a scorer, I think he'd be great. I think he'd be great as a 3rd scorer on the team. I I I I honestly think, though, if you're going to get Kuz, you'd have to get, like, Advia, though. You'd have to get, like, a solid defender with Kuzma, kind of, make it more palatable. So, yeah, if I'm gonna trade Reeves, I and something else, yeah, definitely, you know, Kuzma and Denny Advia, absolutely.
Rafardis is a big fan of Kuz, Sean.
Like, I really didn't have, like, strong feelings about Kuz one way or the other. I liked his game. Some parts I didn't like, but, I mean, it worked. It worked in his role. Ugh, bad pass. I mean, bad pass. Christie can't dribble for shit. Like, why is he being allowed to dribble? He can't dribble. Max Christie should not be allowed to dribble a basketball in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform.
Sean, you probably know this, but Max Christie's real name is not Maximilian. It's actually Cormac.
Yeah, yeah. He can't finish inside. He can't finish inside. That was oh my god.
Sean, I don't think I've ever asked you this. What are your thoughts on Bol Bol?
I gotta did you ever know anybody who had the same first name and last name, Nick?
No, no, I never did actually.
Okay, I knew I grew up with a guy whose real name was Neil O'Neill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Alright. So, usually guys with like, who have the same first name as last name, it's like it kinda they all like, everybody's different, but it's kind of a like, everybody kinda has that personality and, like, I think Bull is a nice kid. I've heard him give interviews. I don't think he's a very good basketball player. I don't think he's a very good basketball player, Nick.
Sean, is Bol Bol? I assume he's like about the same height as Wemby, right?
Wemby's 7'4". I think Bol is 7'3", dude. But yeah, rough like an inch difference.
Wemby might keep Bol Bol in the league then, Sean.
That's the second time he couldn't finish at the rim. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. Christie is a workout warrior. Dude's a workout warrior. Like that strength he put on, it's all fugazi. It is all fugazi.
Another embarrassment of riches in the game of basketball.
What's up, Joe?
Hey guys,
What's the embarrassment of riches exactly?
the embarrassment of riches in that they're rich, but they're embarrassment.
Right? And that fits your definition, all right? That fits your definition.
It's hard to enjoy this. The fact that not only it's not enjoyable, but I have to hear Hall of Famers talk like complete taints about
Well,
what we watch. It's
well,
hilarious how stupid and moronic these fucking morons are when they're Hall of Fame basketball players.
like what do you mean exactly? Like, give me
They're
an
like they're
example.
talking about how we're overreacting about Darvin Ham and the Lakers. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Are you really that fucking stupid? Or are you just trying to kiss his ass?
Who said that?
Fucking that idiot, Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller talks with a lisp. I'm Reggie Miller. I have a lisp. I'm
Oh
almost,
yeah, they're
I'm almost
you know
55 years old.
they've
I
been
still
playing
talk with a lisp.
this and they've been playing that. No wonder the fucking idiot has excuses every week because these idiot Hall of Famers are giving him a reason.
Some people say I have a lisp, but I don't think so. I can say white soap, black soap, and sody pop quite distinctly. I would so make fun of that motherfucker on the air.
No, what needs to be happen is Reggie,
Give
you're a
me an
Hall of Fame
just give me an
basketball player.
opportunity.
You're a Hall of Fame basketball player kissing Darvin Ham's ass on
Well,
TV. That's it.
because they're partners, Joe. TNT and the Lakers. That's where they kiss ass.
Give me a
It
break.
has
Save me the
absolutely
bullshit
nothing
already.
to do with what?
I'm
What?
talking to them.
What?
What?
What? Regardless,
I don't get the question.
you don't get what question?
Keep saying what and interrupting me.
What?
You want to smack too?
What do you mean you don't? What do you mean you don't understand? They're partners. These
I don't give a
fuckers.
fuck if they're partners.
Yeah,
I
well,
work with. I have
this is what I'm trying
partners
to
in work.
explain.
I don't fucking
All
kiss their
right.
ass.
Okay. See, Tustaduda. See, I have a Italian friend, Tustaduda. He's got concrete in his head, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Soro right now. Tustaduda. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall.
No, you're not talking to a
Yeah,
brick wall. No, you're not.
I am actually. So
No.
they've got 30. They've got 30 partners. Okay. They have to kiss their ass. Because the second they start criticizing him and actually doing their job, then they get annoyed emails and calls about having their feelings hurt.
Fuck them, their emails, and their friendship. Okay.
I agree. No, I agree with you, but that's where we are. This is why they're hacks. And this is why people like us are growing, because we see buffoonery, fucking call it out. The fact is, Joe, and another reason, some of these guys actually want these jobs, so they don't want to look argumentative or difficult, right? I mean, that's one of the reasons why Chauncey Billups sucked dick for so long as a commentator at ESPN. It was sickening. And you see the results as a coach. He's a shitty coach. Like Chauncey Billups can't coach for shit. He's a terrible coach, but he sucked a lot of dick, and that's why he got a job. And Joe, look at somebody like that cocksucker JJ Redick, another guy. When he first started out with his analysis after he retired, couldn't have been more blunt, more analytical, and more real. But over the past couple years, he's got that itch to be a coach. And if you want to do that job, you better have the DSL. And if you don't know what DSL is, ladies and gentlemen, go look it up, because I'm not saying it on playback.
Look, I don't give a fuck what these people do. Okay, I'm
Oh,
focused
well,
on
it
what we're doing.
matters. It
No, it
matters.
doesn't matter. It
Yeah, it
matters
fucking
nothing
matters.
to me. The
Ah,
bottom
fuck.
line is, if they were playing well, I would be pumping them up positively. Okay, a lot of these guys pull that bullshit so they can create controversy, but we're talking about what we're
What
seeing.
fucking controversy? When's the last time TNT created fucking controversy? When like so who owns TNT now? It's not that dirtbag billionaire Ted Turner anymore. Who owns them now, Joe?
Time Warner, AOL.
Oh, fuck them. Just empty suits then. It matters. It matters because casuals that watch this shit, Joe, they're only in it for the fucking gambling. They're only in it for the fucking gambling.
telling us we're overreacting. Fucking dipshit.
Let's be honest for a second, right? Isn't it possible that Reggie Miller just like isn't as smart as he thinks he is? I mean, that can also be true, correct? Yeah, you were smart on the court. You were a high IQ basketball player, but that doesn't mean you're smart at what you're seeing. Clyde Drexler was a fucking dumbass when it came to being an analyst for basketball. That's why the Houston Rockets fired him, because he's a fucking idiot. Chris Webber, one of the highest IQs ever in basketball, Joe. Dude's a fucking idiot when he's analyzing games. Not a strong vocabulary, not good insight, uh, all the cliches that go along with it. And that's another reason, Joe. It's for self-preservation, because these motherfuckers know that these jobs are limited. So Reggie Miller has to kiss ass, because it means he still gets a paycheck.
This game sucks.
You know what? I'm learning that dealing with some tragedy right now, I just enjoy the company. Fuck the Lakers. The company matters more than the product right now for me. And today wasn't a good day. I thought I was fucking having a stroke.
Fucking jughead. Yeah, I got tired of listening to him, and I usually like Kevin Harlan.
Oh, he's
I
great.
can't listen to Reggie Miller yap. I can't. He's just too stupid. Everybody's stupid. Everybody fucking sucks.
I'm thinking of creating the domain ReggieMillerIsStupid.com.
I'm not gonna waste my time thinking about Reggie Miller.
Well, we're talking about him.
Yeah, that's because it's during the game. He's analyzing. Oh. Wow. That has to be number one tonight.
Well, like, I don't, to be honest, Joe, like I remember you were once asking about Reggie Miller and, if he ended up on the Jazz, would you still take the Bulls? And I said I would. And that's because I think Reggie Miller was overrated as a player, Joe.
Not if he's
He's a good,
sitting. Not if
he
he's
was a good,
with.
he's a good player, but he was completely overrated. He only shot 33% from the field. I believe in that 1999 ECF against the Knicks. So I mean, it wasn't like a fine wine. He didn't age gracefully.
Yeah, but having Reggie Miller with Karl Malone and
I
Stockton would have been
mean,
a problem.
I'm not so sure. I don't believe that.
Fuck the Jazz and fuck Reggie Miller. Anyways, who cares?
Well, no, it's just like he often he's talked about as one of the best clutch players ever. How many finals games did he play in his career, Joe?
Reggie? Hello?
6. 6. 6. That's how many he
Can you
played.
can you hear me?
That's how What?
Can you hear me?
What?
Stop fucking with me. I'm not in the mood.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna punch you in the face when you get here.
It'll be full of love, I know that.
What was your question about finals?
Yeah, he only played in 6 finals games in his career, and he's considered
Yeah,
one of
in
the
2000.
he's still considered one of the greatest clutch players in NBA history. Like people put him in the same breath as Jerry West and Michael Jordan. Please, motherfuckers, please, like, do not go there. Do not go there. He was a very good player. I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying he's overrated. Like, for example, Joe, let me ask you a question. Let's say that somehow the Pacers finally get over the hump and they end up beating both the Knicks and the Bulls in the playoffs. how do you think a Pacers team would play against the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals with Hakeem Olajuwon? I think they get swept. I think they get swept, dude.
He had good teams in 1998 and in 2000, but he ran into the two worst people he could have run into to go past Jordan or Shaq and Kobe right coming into their ascension.
For like, it's a
And that
good
happens
team.
all the
Like,
time.
it was a good team, but again, I think that front court was completely overrated.
Well, yeah, I mean,
The Davis brothers and Rick Smits. Rick
I mean,
Smith
look,
took a long time to develop.
here's the thing. The thing is, you have to also remember, if Jalen Rose doesn't try to hurt Kobe, that series is over probably in 5 at the most. Yeah, it's same thing happened with it's funny. Not people forget. People go into their own world of thinking. The Lakers start the 2002 Western Conference Finals by whooping the shit out of the Kings in their building in Game
Yeah,
1, and then
yeah.
Kobe gets fed a shit burger and isn't really right for a couple games, and then everyone's climaxing all over their own dick. That the Kings have arrived. I'm like, you do know that you guys try to fuck up somebody, but again, that I digress.
Well,
The argument is difficult for others to listen to unless they're just being, confrontational or contrarians. At the end of the day, if you know the details of shit, it's very hard to lose an argument there. Game 5 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals with a fucking disgusting game, too. If you don't believe me, watch the last play in that game. You'll see Bobby Jackson pull Kobe's jersey out of his fucking shorts and no call.
fuck Bobby Jackson.
When you look at the 90s, I'll paint a picture for everybody. The 90s started with the last half of this Piston era of winning championships. They beat Portland, clearly better than Portland in that series, and Pistons were clearly the best team that year as well. Probably a better their best team out of the two. 91, you had the teams that you had that were really good were the Cavs were good, but not yet there. They like showed up maybe a year later. Same with the Knicks. It was really supposed to be Portland and the Bulls in 91, really, but the Lakers came in and surprised the Blazers and beat them out. How that series would have went had Byron Scott and James Worthy not gotten hurt, I don't know. But that's something I don't really like to think about because it was a terrible, terrible time in my life. It was the first time I saw the Lakers in a finals where I could understand what's going on. And it just sucked losing to Chicago because I had Chicago fans all around me at the time. Then 92.
You had Chicago fans around you in Northern California?
Yeah, because the Middle Eastern crowd a lot of them were from Chicago.
Okay.
And there was a huge group of us there that were all Chicago fans.
Okay.
Yeah.
But why though? Why in particular?
Because that's where they went when they came to America.
Chicago, okay. Chicago, yeah, I know Dearborn's a big Palestinian
No Palestinians. We're not Palestinians, but
Oh, I know. I'm just saying the Middle East. I get it. Yeah.
So the
I know
so the
I know where
90s,
you're from. You've told me that
so the
before.
90s. You let me finish.
No.
That's usually my answer.
That's why I know you so well, fucker.
What the hell's Kenny Smith doing?
Well, I mean, I would prefer Kenny Anderson because that would actually be an interesting conversation. That guy was a great trash talker. But no, that's another example right there, Joe. This guy has been sucking cock since he retired. And has any NBA team ever called him up and really, really said, "Yeah, you know what? We really need to hire Kenny Smith as a GM or a president of basketball operations"?
Kenny
No.
Smith?
He thinks that he's like Barkley, man. Like, do you remember when Charles Barkley made the claim that the Orlando Magic interviewed him for the GM job, yet they hired Jeff Weltman from the Toronto Raptors, but nobody from Orlando's organization ever confirmed that. Same thing with Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith has been trying to get a GM job for about 10 years, Joe.
Why?
Nobody worth their salt would hire him. He's a
I'm not
schlub,
sure.
man. He's a schlub. Like, there's no way he could command the respect of young men. No way.
And
No way.
most
I'm sorry.
can't. Most can't. Most are.
Well, some
let's say,
can. Some
uh,
can.
you have to win too. See, it's very NBA
Well,
is difficult.
but yes,
You have to have
yes,
the talent.
but now let me
There's no
finish,
but.
please.
There is no but.
You also
There's only ass.
you also have to be able to communicate, and everybody doesn't communicate the same.
Why
Some
not?
people have different communication styles. So when you look at some of the best tacticians in the NBA right now, Joe, Will Hardy, Mark Daignault, Eric Spoelstra, what do they all have in common?
They're handsome.
That's what you veered left on me, Soro. You veered left on me.
I'm joking. Go ahead. I don't know.
Now he's getting me back. So good evening, Gerald. So Daignault, Will Hardy, and Eric Spoelstra all have proven that they have the ability to communicate differently with different players. Jordan Clarkson personality is very different than Lauri Markkanen. And Lauri Markkanen's personality is very different than, say, a Taylor Hendricks, right? Yet Will Hardy has found a way to communicate to all these guys. And the reason why they've won 9 out of 11 is because his first unit is just as good as his second unit right now. And I could use the same approach for Mark Daignault. Daignault has, a different plethora of personalities there. SGA is very quiet leader. Jalen Williams, again, kind of quiet, but really smart. Spo got Udonis Haslem, who's as loud as they come. Dwayne Wade, as loud as they come. Guys like James Jones or Josh McRoberts. I mean, for God's sakes, he found a way to have Norris Cole, Josh McRoberts, and Udonis Haslem on the same floor together and be a top 10 defensive team. So, I mean, it goes to it just goes to show that you have to work with different personalities if you want to be successful in any profession. You just can't have the same communication style across the board, or people will eventually tune you out. And they've tuned out Darvin Ham because it's that Jason Garrett on the sideline. Yeah, guys, that's okay. That's okay. You're shooting 2 of 9 from 3. That's okay. Let's keep going.
Pretty fucked up. That's messed up.
Oh, it's like it's like that cliche. Oh well, you know they hired him because he's a great motivator. A great motivator. That's like saying, yeah, we hired this salesman because he has great rapport with his customers.
Really?
Oh, Doobie, that's the number one giveaway for why you can't name anything in particular that he's really good at. So you just come up with a stupid cliche. Great motivator.
Motivator of what?
Oh, he's a leader of men.
Slapping your hands?
If Toronto doesn't pay the $25,000 fine for Darko, I would be pissed.
I would be pissed too if I was him.
If Toronto does a what?
Pay the fine.
For what?
Yeah, exactly. So stay out of the conversation if you don't know what the fuck.
Tell me what the
talking
fuck
about.
happened before I smack you
Shut
again.
the fuck up.
I'm pissed off, Magic Man.
I know.
Well,
I know.
the score, but I want to make these. I want to make these, but nobody in my family wants to eat it right now. So I don't want to eat 15 of these myself.
Gerald, if I could just afford just a great plane ride over to Las Vegas right now while you bake those bad boys.
Alan says I just eat the 15.
I'd be with you, man.
I have the cheese.
I'm sorry.
I have it all ready to go.
Sorry.
Nobody wants to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Glassford family, there is no wrong time to eat cheddar biscuits from
Right?
Lobster. No bad time.
Right?
There is no bad time.
But because they don't last. Alan, you know this, and Dante knows this, and Sean as well. They don't last overnight. You can't put them in the fridge. They don't reheat well. They don't last well. They're not as quick as like McDonald's fries, but they don't age well after 3 or 4 hours. 3 hours.
Something happened with Darvin Ham. What do you mean?
We're talking about cheddar bay biscuits.
We're talking about cheddar biscuits. What the fuck are you talking about?
Fuck cheddar biscuits. I need to know what the hell
What
happened.
did you just say, you son of a bitch? What the fuck did you just say to me? Now I'm gonna punch you when I get off the plane.
We gotta record it.
Dig in, Alan. You only live once. Unless you're Hindu.
Sorry, Alan. I made him hungry.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who picked out that suit for him? Oh my god. Is Bob Costas shrinking?
He's never tall in the first place.
Oh, no, he wasn't, but it looks like he's shrinking. He almost looks like he could fit in someone's garden as a gnome, Gerald.
Is he in his 80s?
And he looks like he can fit in Trudeau's clothes now.
Not only do they shrink rough, they actually develop a hunchback.
52. No, he's 72.
Oh my god. That suit? Who picked that out for him? Was it a blind? Is his wife blind, Gerald?
Which was worse, that or the Betty Blanco suit for Selena Gomez the other day?
I've never seen. What's it called?
Remember, he had that flowery suit on the first time. He was it a week ago when Joe was like going all up.
Oh, this one. This one.
Okay.
It's almost about as Damon Jones' coat.
Okay. Good God. Hit a free throw. Do something. Score a point.
Do something fundamental, you fuck.
Oh, hey Joe, he's doubled his output. He's doubled his seasoned average today. He's got 4. Oh, he's got 5. Watch out. Oh no, he's still got 4. I'm sorry. We're behind. 6-6-0-2.
Don't be surprised, Gerald, if at the end of the year we hear another excuse. Oh, well, that bursitis didn't really heal properly, and
That's baloney. It doesn't hurt his arm.
He's got bone spurs now that he has to take care of. That don't mean fuck all because he can't put the ball in the hole.
That's so
even if he was healthy.
I mean, we knew we saw him. He was not very good offensively last year, but this is just like he's hit a new low.
Mm-hmm. He has.
Let me find out and see if Cam got injured. I know he was questionable for tonight's game. And then Joe, you know that Christian Wood's out with a migraine, right?
Gerald, why did you have to trigger this, man?
Are you serious?
He's already feeling under the
Never
weather.
listens to the pregame. So yes,
Gerald had that knife and he's like, I'm gonna twist it.
What is this fine about Darvin Ham and Toronto?
No, Darko.
It has nothing to do with Darvin Ham.
Darko, whatever the hell it is. What happened?
Remember when he went off the other day on the free throws?
Oh, that stuff. Oh.
Yeah, he got fined $25,000 for it. And I was just saying Toronto better pay his check.
Messiah ain't gonna pay it. He's a bitch.
Well, they got better shit than that rough for migraines. They got Imitrex. You can give them Botox.
He was right, by the way. Although, actually, technically, he wasn't right about the Scotty Barnes thing, but everything else he was right.
He likely meant the Raptors, not the NBA. He was going off. It happens.
I've never seen a coach be that demonstrative towards refs. He went all in. This game is over, guys.
No word yet on why Cam Reddish up, but I'm assuming it's because it's still the injury he's had before it, because he was, again, like I said, questionable.
Just terrible.
Cam Reddish isn't playing because he probably had to take a shit.
Oh, fell down like a sack of potatoes.
Just out hustling the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
No boxing out, no communication.
They're tired from the tournament.
He's the first player in double figures for the Lakers.
To be fair, it needs to be said, Joe, that so Miller was going off on the fans about Ham, but he's wrong, because the second part of his observation was that Lakers fans were singing his praises during the playoffs. No, we weren't. We definitely were not. Again, it just goes to show you that they can have their opinions, and that's fine. But if your observation is that, oh God, if your observation is that somehow Laker fans praised him in the playoffs and are bearing him now, that's just false. It's erroneous. Completely erroneous. But again, it just goes to show they don't listen to the fans. They don't care about the fans. That's why they suck dick for their 30 other partners because they don't care about the fans. Aside from that,
Oh my God! Somebody stop the ball!
Talking to Gerald.
Certainly not the Lakers because they're not listening, and they foul.
Like Sean said, enjoy the company. This game is over. This game was over after 10 minutes.
Well, Chris said he wanted to join us, Chris Lardieri, to talk football if you guys want to. So at least that'll cheer us up while we're watching the game.
sounds good.
I told him we're on playback. I said join up. Wants to hear your guys' thoughts on the playoffs this weekend.
Nice. What's the best steakhouse in Vegas, Gerald?
The one that's
Master.
always rated highest is Circus, but there's
Master.
Chris, there's Morton's.
What's the best cut at Circus?
Astros.
Pardon?
Yeah. Joe, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up right now. Gerald, what's the best cut at Circus?
That's a good
Astros.
question.
Is
I
it
do
the
like
prime rib?
I have tried I've tried the T-bone and I've tried the New York strip.
Ooh, okay. Both good.
Excellent.
How do you like it?
Really good. Some of the best steak
No.
I've had.
Is it our T-bones?
How do you
and-
like your cut cooked?
Oh,
Medium well done. Are
it
you an
depends.
aristocrat,
Sometimes
Gerald?
I usually do well.
Okay.
But lately I've been doing a more medium. I've been mixing in some
Okay.
medium wells from time to time.
Okay, yeah, medium well's good.
But yeah, I can't get any lower than that. I can't. When I see people get like red, where it's like dripping, the blood's like dripping out of it. I'm just like,
See, but and again, most people
I
don't
can't handle
understand that's not the best way to eat a cut of good beef.
yeah, I know it's not blood, dude, but you get my drift. All the red, it's just, yeah, it's just.
Hey, Gerald, it's not blood.
The more the people seem to think that the greater the hue of like red or pink, that somehow it tastes better. No, that's just your palate deceiving you. In reality, like as Gerald was saying, medium well, those are the best cuts because they retain all the important juices.
Ugh. So good.
Oh, you know, your cousin's a chef. He'd agree with me.
Yeah, he makes good steak. You'll go there when you get here.
See? So yeah, I remember almost every date I ever had, like medium, well done. I was like, why?
Because they're ladies.
Yeah, they're ladies. I know. I got that response because I'm a lady, or because I'm a woman. Well, it does, and my response would be, well, that doesn't matter. It should just taste the best, the way it's cooked,
Oh,
not the way you like it. Just saying.
this game is so fucking lame.
Gerald, what's your side with your steak? Do you like a baked potato?
Sometimes I'll
Okay.
go with fries. Sometimes I'll go with vegetables. I kind of mix it up. I'm not. I
Right.
don't have a go-to 100%. So I usually like corn.
Oh, corn.
Corn on the
Okay.
cob. Yeah, corn on the cob. I'd add absolutely nice
All right.
buttery corn. Yeah, there you go.
So you like? Oh, there he is. He showed his face. At least.
Yes, he did. He's brave enough right now, and the Lakers are
Fair enough.
500.
You know what? At least you're willing to go out in public, Rob. Props.
always like it with a lobster though. Some lobster tail.
Oh, you like surf and turf, Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Surfing what?
expensive. Like I do too. That's really expensive though, especially in Canada. Surf and turf is not cheap in Canada.
You can still get New York strip and lobster around 15 to 20 downtown late at night, and then also there's a couple of spots here in Vegas you can get that for around that. But
I,
yeah,
I gotta be honest though, Gerald. Like, fresh lobster tastes so much different than if it's just been hanging around, so to speak. There's a huge difference.
oh, I bet. I've never had Maine lobster in Maine or directly out the East Coast like that, but yeah, definitely would love to. I mean, although
You
the stuff
should,
at the
brother.
Palms was pretty darn good.
Well, haven't you ever been on the Gulf Coast? Like they got plenty.
Well, I mean, no, not. I've only been as far as Atlantic, as far as Florida. Yeah, I've been.
No,
I
but
was in Washington D.C.,
you've never been
Baltimore.
to like
I've
you've
never
never
been.
been to like Texas or New Orleans or
Oh, Texas, no, only on airlines,
okay,
airports. Yeah,
okay,
flyovers.
because the Gulf
Texas. Well, the
Gulf
Texas.
has yeah.
I was going to say I did go to the east part of Texas, but it was not near the Gulf. Yeah, east part of Texas. So.
Catfish and tartar sauce. Excellent. Do you like catfish?
Oh yeah.
That was terrible defense, AD. Fuck.
It's embarrassing.
It is. It's
Bench
pretty embarrassing right now.
And this is a home game too. Again, he just cannot take the ball to the basket. He absolutely is so inept at just doing a simple taking the ball to the basket. I don't know how many times LeBron in the past couple of weeks has thrown the ball, and he's probably scored like 4 points combined all those times he threw it to him underneath. He's in the dunker spot. He can't dunk.
Yeah, that's it. Neither can Max Christie.
Come on, guys. They're tired from the tournament. Come on.
Joe, the tournament was a while ago.
Tiring.
Kurt says on the YouTube chat, you don't want to know what the animals they use for the circus dates. That's the buffet.
Well, Soro, you said Mastro's. What would be the best steakhouse in San Diego?
There's a lot here.
In your opinion, Joe Soro, what
I don't have an opinion.
You cocksucker, you know you do. Don't fuck with me.
Ruth Chris.
Now. Don't fuck with me, Joe.
Ruth Chris.
Why?
Because.
Well, I see. I haven't eaten there, so I'm asking you why.
It's tender and stuff.
Yeah,
And
kind of
moist.
like your fucking brain, tender.
Fuck this game, man. Can they just end it right now?
I wish. There's no mercy rule in basketball.
It should be a shit for brains rule.
Mm-hmm.
When you play like shit for brains, you should be able to just call it.
Chris is here. I'm just trying to see. He just has to give himself an account, a name, and I can bring him on. I'll invite him on stage.
Nice.
These guys are going to score 100 points by the end of the third.
Mm-hmm.
Right around Christie.
He has the worst 3-guard lineup in NBA history. D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves, and Taurean Prince are the 3 worst 3-guard lineup in NBA history. And throwing Max Christie in there, sure. I'll say it, Gerald. You know what, Max Christie? Good luck, because I don't want you really playing on the Lakers anymore. Good luck. And God bless.
At least hit your free throws, dude.
Gerald, you know there are still incentivization bonuses in NBA contracts, right?
Yes.
So the more free throws you miss, the more money that comes out of your pocket.
Russell's hurt.
Gerald, why are people wearing sunglasses at a basketball game? Unless they're on drugs.
Can't tell me it's the lights.
It's not the lights. So unless they're on drugs.
Who's wearing glasses?
No,
So
he's
one of
talking
us
about the sunglasses that a lot of these stars wear at the games.
Because they all think they're Jack Nicholson.
He had a legit reason for wearing those glasses. He started getting glaucoma. Like, that's a legit reason to wear glasses inside.
We don't have celebrities in the house anymore.
And that was in the 80s. He had that problem.
Diane Cannon's like the last one.
I've never seen Diane Cannon wear glasses inside. She's a classy lady.
Talking about celebrities.
Yeah, she's a classy lady.
I go fuck about anybody else in there.
Well, I don't even know half these people. Like, there was one chick that they were at, like, I guess star fucking. Her name was Halsey, and I asked. I was watching a game with my girlfriend at the time. I said, "What's a Halsey? Is that like a new STD?" She started laughing. No, Halsey is actually an artist. I was like, really? I never heard of her.
BK, have it your way.
Unless you actually read the fine print.
What?
You don't get it at your way with BK.
Does D'Lo and Reeves for Kuminga work? Well, you're overpaying. Kuminga doesn't have a contract that large.
No, that does not work. That does not compute.
But he doesn't shoot well. Great athletically, but he doesn't help your outside shooting at all.
That's another dead giveaway for why you should maybe investigate and invest more time in evaluating a player. Oh, he's great athletically, Gerald. Just gifted athletically. Okay. So what do you mean exactly? Oh, well, he's a big body and he moves really well without the ball. And okay.
Just don't ask him. Don't ask
he
him to lead your
so he
team in
can't-
3-pointers.
he can't shoot and he can't drive, but he can basically do everything else. Wonderful. Why should I take him 7th overall? Well, he's gifted athletically.
Well, most of those kids coming out of college cannot shoot from the outside. It's very tough to gauge which ones will be able to translate the NBA.
Yeah, but some can.
Because I know, because coming in, usually their stats usually say that they don't look good, but for some, they will surprise you and they will translate into good shooters in the NBA. It's tough. The old idea was like, okay, if they're a good free throw shooter in college, that means they'll probably be a good shooter in the NBA. That doesn't always translate.
No, it doesn't. But the two, if you're not taken in the top 5, Gerald, and you're not a superstar, two things you need to be able to do if you want to stay on the NBA court: move without the ball really well, and understand routes and trees to deviate around the court. If you could do that, you can gain a foothold in the NBA. But how many Lakers can do that, Gerald? We see the isolation. Nobody moves. That is a prerequisite of being an NBA player. If you are not a superstar, if you're not the first or second or third best player on the team, you better be able to move well without the ball. Cam can't. Vando can't. Rui can, but again, Rui doesn't get a lot of playing time. As me and Alan are in synonymous agreement once again. And that was, and I think that's Kuminga's his biggest problem, Gerald, is that on a team like that, like he wasn't really moving well without the ball. It wasn't until he got a little bit more playing time, plus Draymond's out, injuries to Clay, this and that. He was able to kind of find a footing, but it's not consistent.
See if I can see you. Look for a Chris L. If you see a Chris L.
All right.
See.
I'm looking here.
Still, I don't see him yet.
No, I don't see him yet, Gerald.
Let me read. Maybe if I.
Good grief. That is a horrible pass, D'Angelo Russell. Again. Man, like, I don't even understand why he tries that. The no-look passes, the no-look dribbles. He's not good at it.
He's the Kenny Smith of basketball.
Kenny Smith could shoot.
I'm not talking about Kenny Smith in the NBA. I'm talking about Kenny Smith on TNT.
Did you see that, Gerald? Did you see that?
Yes.
Vando went up for the putback, and he thought he was going to miss. That's why he was prepared to grab it again. He was prepared to grab his miss. Oh, my God.
Let you relax.
Relax is a 5-letter word. I'll do you one better. I got 6. Bite me.
Got 4 letters. Response. No.
It's 2.
Chris L.
I'm just.
Oh, there he is. Okay, I got him.
You got him?
Yes, I got him.
Oh, that's going to be a good game. Kings and the Sixers. It's going to be a barn burner.
Well, it depends on which Kings team you're going to get.
I'd take the effort they give in most games over the effort we give in most games, Joe.
Oh, that's for sure. You knew what was coming. You knew what was coming.
Joe, looks like you're going to be wrong
Yeah.
about that 100 because it looks like they're going to score maybe 110.
The fact that they made bowl relevant tonight is hilarious.
Oh, you're using the Safari. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, use Chrome. Got to use Chrome.
Chris, can you use Chrome?
Use Chrome.
Yeah, if you can, use Chrome. Maybe that's the idea. Sorry for all the trouble on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for Safari sucking ass and everything you need to do that is productive.
Except surf the net, then it's okay. Yeah, but pretty much anything else, you should use Safari. Use Chrome or Firefox. I'm kind of over Lemonhead. I'm not even calling him Lemon Daddy. It's Lemonhead. Oh,
Another
there
shot.
you go. There you go. 31. Yeah. LeBron's seeing the same thing we are.
Don't be surprised if Beal's out for the next 2 weeks because he's a coward bitch.
And you threw it away, Reese. I hope you hear that, Rob. That's for you and Darvin.
What are they chanting, Gerald?
They're just booing.
Oh. Oh, finally. Finally, sleepyheads are booing.
Oh, nice defense there, guys. Let's put D'Angelo on bowl. That's real good.
D'Angelo's just going to chuck it up now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Gerald, I believe this is the largest deficit the Lakers will go into a fourth quarter with.
Oh, how nice.
Down 27. Because even the Rockets game, I think they were only down 24-25 after 3.
Oh, my God.
So why didn't Cam Reddish play tonight?
You mean Christian Wood?
No,
Migraine.
Cam Reddish.
Cam Reddish, didn't he have... what injury did he have? Okay, it says he's on now via Chrome.
I know what it was, Gerald. He was listed as having a testicular fortitude deficit. No balls. No balls. Now, I know all of you gentlemen on the Lakers have a pair of nuts. And you use them when you feel like them, obviously.
Man,
just
what
not
a
tonight,
hassle.
right? Just not tonight. A testicular fortitude deficit by the Lakers tonight. Losing sucks. No one likes to lose. But this effort, that's worse than losing, Gerald. That's worse than losing.
Doesn't matter, Ellen, whether he's starting or not. Lakers don't have enough of anything.
Facial laceration. That's what's got bothering. A facial laceration is his injury.
A facial laceration.
Yes. I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna go. He's having Chris is having too much of an issue trying to get on because now this asking him to download the app and all that. So I'll just do a quick. I'm gonna do a quick episode of ISFF and I'll meet you guys for the post game. I'll be in the chat on the chat. It's gonna take about 15 minutes. So. Facial laceration, Joe. Migraine and facial laceration are the injuries tonight. Amazing.
Well, you know, okay, Gerald.
So one's got a headache and one's got a face cut.
How did Gerald? What's the story behind that facial laceration? Did a bear bitch cut him or something?
I don't know.
Walmart. You know, those bear bitches, they can get pretty rowdy, Gerald.
That they do. Apparently.
Had to break up a fight with two of them once. That was fun.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, he got elbowed in the face. Yeah, because remember when he was clocked out with that
That's right. Yeah,
concussion?
he got elbowed in the face. Yeah, we remember that.
But if it was concussion, I get it. But facial laceration.
Yeah. So it was a fight between about 650 pounds of just straight jello.
What were they arguing about?
You know how to break? Do you know how to break up a bitch fight, Gerald?
How do you do that?
Yeah, I'll give you a tip. Okay. Here's how you break up a bitch fight. You get a like a cloth, wet it, and as soon as one of the other girls pins the other girl down, you just wipe that cloth on the back of their neck, and it's super cold. Creates a physical reaction of de-escalation because they're completely distracted by being cold. It works, man.
I bet it does.
It works. It works.
The hell are you talking about?
Well,
all right, guys. I'm gonna go record ISFF. I'll be back. I'll meet you here. Be back in a few.
Joe, you never know when a bitch fight is gonna end up being on your lawn.
I don't give a fuck about a bitch fight.
I don't give a fuck about this game, so we might as well talk about something.
Two hippos fighting at a Walmart should end with themselves ending each other. It's called natural selection.
Repeat that.
It sounded better the first time.
I didn't hear what you said.
Well, turn your ears up.
I ain't deaf. Darwin was an insecure micro penis dickhead.
I'm not arguing against that, but the motherfucker was right on a couple things.
I'd rather study turtles at the Galapagos Islands than get my dick wet. Yeah, that's something, all right.
God, Jesus, we have to watch another quarter of this.
Yeah. Oh, boy. What are you
It's like
eating?
these seeds.
Sounds more like chips.
No, it's seeds.
What are you, bird?
Yeah,
What kind of bird?
a nighthawk.
Nighthawks are cool. Nighthawks are cool.
Especially when they eat rats.
I was told by an elder my spirit animal is a snow owl.
My spirit animal is a
You don't have a
wolverine.
spirit. You don't have a spirit animal. You can't give yourself a spirit animal.
My spirit
It
animal is
has
a
to be
wolf.
bestowed on you. You can't give
My
yourself
spirit
a
animal
spirit
is a
animal. You
wolverine
cannot give yourself a
bird for
spirit
the honey
animal.
badger.
You cannot give yourself a spirit
My
animal.
spirit animal is a
You cannot give yourself a spirit animal.
Hugh Jackman's wolverine.
Joe, let me ask you a question. Why don't you think that the Michigan Wolverines have a Wolverine as a mascot? Because Wolverines aren't
I know
domesticated
they're like in
animals.
they're
They
like
would
in these.
tear about 50,000 of those motherfuckers at Ann Arbor up. Oh, beautiful. Another open three. God, this is pathetic.
There has only been one reported Wolverine sighting in Michigan.
Yeah. So, and what?
So it's just a nickname. Who gives a shit?
It's not a nickname. It's their actual college program name, the Michigan Wolverines.
It's a great name. They have the best name.
I mean, I don't know.
They have the best name
I'm
and
sorry,
the
but
best
like
colors
the I disagree.
and the best uniforms in college football.
Oh, no way.
Yes way.
Nope.
Yep.
Not a chance.
Yes.
No. Besides, I mean, a lynx would eat Wolverine for breakfast. And they do eat Wolverines for breakfast, by the way. So Hugh Jackman's Wolverine would get eaten by a cat.
Come on, man. They eat pieces of shit for breakfast.
A big cat, but still a cat. Oh, now we're hustling for balls when we're down by 25. You gotta love it.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Hey, long time no see, brother. How are you?
What's up, bro? My bad, guys. I'm a little bit under the weather, so I might sound like a smoker.
That's all right. Joe's been sounding like the way for about a week,
Yeah,
Henry. So I'm pretty sure you guys got the same virus.
yeah, something's going around in California, brother.
Yeah, that's what Joe was saying.
How you guys doing? You good?
Yeah, all
No.
good. Except for the product on the court, man.
Oh yeah. Tuned that out after the first half, bro.
So Henry, is it your opinion that this is a problem that's bigger than Darvin Ham, or do you think he's kind of the genesis of it all?
I'll be honest. I've been listening to every single pod you guys been talking about, I have to agree with you guys. Not to be, I can't go in any debate. I think it's the coach, man, and anyone's that played sports. Once three or four or five guys start like doubting the coach, it's hard for that coach to get you to buy back in, if you know what I mean. So if like I read that one article, they said that there's 6 sources within the Lakers in the Athletics article.
Yep.
Assuming those 6 are role players, that reached out to the Athletic just to voice their frustration. Once you tune the coach out, it's just like hard to get bought back in. And to be honest, I mean, you guys are smart, bro. You guys talk about it very beautifully on the pod. I mean, like, look at some of the rotation decisions, the lack of timeouts. Like, there's only one coach that I've ever watched. I've watched basketball for like 20 years now, with the lack of timeouts that worked out. And that's Phil Jackson. This man is no Phil Jackson. You know what I mean?
No,
So
he's
like,
not. That's right.
I personally think if I had to choose, it was the coach. But what are you gonna do right now? There's no one out there, literally, no one out there. And let's face it, the owner isn't gonna be paying this person, Darvin Ham, an extra 3 years just to sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, no way.
So
No
we're
way. You're right about
fucked.
that. We're
I don't know
fucked.
if I could cuss here. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
no. Playback's all good, man. Yeah, we are
but
fucked.
they're fucked. Like that's just how it is. And I don't want to be an extremist, like trade LeBron, trade all that stuff, but like it is, they're not gonna do that. Lakers don't do that. They don't trade their stars. We've seen it with Kobe, we've seen it with Shaq. I mean, they did trade Shaq, but with Kareem, you know what I mean? They're gonna keep them till the end. I just don't see a fix right now. I really don't. I mean, it's a
No,
500 team. Very
I
simply
think
put.
I think at this point we're too foobar to even think that one move will be a course correction.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I did not expect this year, though, just like watching basketball, right? Like I've never seen a player be negatively affected by playing in FIBA or like a World Cup, but that shit ruined Austin Reeves. It put like film out on this guy. I'm not saying he was an all-world defender before that, but the film that the Europeans put out on him by posting him up and hunting him, everyone's doing it in every game. If you guys watch the games this season,
Yes,
you know. So I've never,
absolutely.
I can't think of one example. Maybe you can tell me, but I never have seen someone go play overseas and come back and they have worse film on them on how to expose him.
Yeah, man. I can't think of anyone. I can't. I honestly can't. I mean, the teams were targeting Jalen Brunson at the beginning of the year, but Tibbs is a smart defensive coach, man, and
Yeah,
he managed to watch enough film where he can make adjustments to help the kid out. But yeah, I mean Henry, unfortunately, you know Austin Reeves just doesn't have the. I just don't think he has the right coach and the coaching staff to kind of alleviate or even mediate some of those issues.
right. It's
Because
crazy.
Darvin Ham is one of the worst coaches I've seen.
I would,
period,
I would
Yeah,
agree with
because
that.
period.
you,
Honestly, I would,
yeah,
literally.
he's got 2 stars on the team. If he was coaching a team of no stars, I'd say okay, but he has 2 stars on the team, and he can't do anything. Can't do anything productive. Can't do anything with any consistency. So he's terrible. He's not good at all. Like not even a little bit.
No,
Uh,
he's
the
not.
players, oh yeah, the players. Unfortunately, if they're not coached up correctly and being taught fundamental basketball, on top of that, you're then now pretty much going to be able to game plan around that inefficiency, and you're
Well,
going to get this product.
I was really, I was really, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Unmoved by him hiring Damari Killer Carroll. I was like, dude, you really need like sound, good assistants, not somebody who's still green behind the ears.
Yeah, nah, man. These people just hire friends.
Friends,
Like
yeah, it's all
that's so sick.
nepotism.
It's all bullshit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they don't want to bring someone that's smarter than them that'll challenge them. You know what I
Right,
mean?
you're right, Henry, because he'll see it as a threat.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Like, come on, man. Joe says you have LeBron and AD. I put Sean you into coach tomorrow. Like, you're gonna coach this team better than a 500 record. I mean, come on, bro. They've been healthy all year. You know how I was thinking this today actually while I was watching the game because I'm so over it this season, kind of. I'm like, dude, we have gotten lucky with having AD play this many games. Even LeBron, like, if you asked me before the season if I don't even know, let's say 35 out of the 39 games you had LeBron and AD play together, I'll be like, hell yeah, like sign me up for that. We're 10 games above 500 for sure by those two just playing together. But like this coach is just so bad, man. It's like I don't want to be that guy that just blames the coach, goes on Twitter and all that stuff. But it's the truth. He sucks. Like, what do you want me to do? But I talk with my friends all the time. My colleagues at work, we talk about it. My friends, we talk. The coach is just bad. You can't overcome bad coaching, and with the talent that's in the NBA today, you just can't. Like, there's young guns running and gunning. Like the game is changing, boys. It's going to the young person's game, the Lucas, the Giannis's, the you know what I mean of the world. So if we have two stars, I know AD's 30, but damn near all the injuries, he's damn near like 33, 34 for a big man. You gotta like manage that team correctly, or else this is what we get. Like he's just a bad coach.
It's kind of hilarious. I should post this on the post game. I'm actually reading um a scouting report on Jared Vanderbilt that was done before the draft, and one of the funniest lines that stands out is this. Prototypical point forward, very similar to Lamar Odom. Like, what the fuck was that scout smoking when he was watching him play?
Yeah, bro.
A
All I need to see.
prototypical point forward. Again, a prototypical point forward, very similar to Lamar Odom. What the fuck?
All I need to see is one jump shot from Jared Vanderbilt, and I know he's not the, Lamar Odom. That's all.
Oh
Just
my god.
literally,
That
like
was just a basic bounce pass that you couldn't make.
it's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't want to be that guy. Come in, doom and gloom. Seasons over. I just want to check in on you guys. I know Sean, you're going through a tough time, so I just want to drop in, say hello, and all that stuff. Um, but
Thank you,
all that,
sir. I
with
really
all that being
appreciate you,
said,
man.
man, of course, of course. It sucks. You know, I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Seeing this sucks. I don't take pleasure in this shit, but I don't know. It's just it's a bad coach. I guess it's better he get exposed now than later, and because I don't want to make the playoffs and lose in the first round. We're Laker fans. Like if we don't win the championship, to me is nothing. Like last year, I don't celebrate that shit. You know what I mean? Like
We don't.
I'm not a Clipper fan. What the fuck? You know, like if I make the Western Conference Finals and I lose, that's a lost season to me. I'd rather have a lottery pick.
And again, everybody, don't get it twisted. The Phoenix Suns don't have really good defensive players to complement these three guys, and they will be very badly exposed in the playoffs again. Because if Frank Vogel does not have a good group of defenders, then he's not the brilliant tactician.
No, yeah, yeah. I don't think Phoenix is doing much. We're just a
You're
mediocre
just a
team.
bad.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think Phoenix is gonna do much in the playoffs. you now with the depth that they have, no defense, as you say, it's just we're a mediocre team. We got 2 wins in a row. Get a little bit of hope, and what does a 500 team do? They go and lose the next one. Joe's the
Yep.
Steelers. What did they do the past few years? The Pittsburgh Steelers, like this year, they were like 3 games above 500. I think they lost to like the Patriots and the Jets in 2 weeks in a row. Like that's what
Cards. Yeah, the Cardinals and the
Cardinals.
Patriots.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's what mediocre teams do. They stay 500.
In complete agreement with that, Joe?
Well, I think Tomlin's the next one to leave from what I'm hearing. You evaluate your team and you have a better quarterback sitting third. What does that say about your coaching ability?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is another thing too. You have to you can bang your head on the wall with this all day, and the numbskull morons that just don't fucking ever get it will never get it, which it's really not for them. I'm not here to please. I'm here to please those who enjoy our shows, um, and help those who need help. But beyond that, most people are absolutely fucking worthless in understanding basic common fucking sense. So I have to reiterate over and over again, and I can't do it to these stupid fucks on ESPN. I wish I could. I don't have that forum yet. But they sit there and insult everybody's intelligence with their stupid fucking, this guy's never lost in a season. I'm like, he's won 3 fucking playoff games in 13 seasons. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? And those 3 wins are against AJ McCarron, Alex Smith, and Matt Moore. And I bet and a lot of you are like, who? Yeah, exactly. And he lost to Tim Tebow and Blake Bortles, and to add a little bit more to the pot, Baker Mayfield.
You know what,
And you
Joe?
don't want me to get pissed off? You don't want me to say this guy's not good based off that? You're fucking out of your fucking mind. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. I've watched every motherfucking game that guy's coached. I know what the fuck I'm looking at. 3 playoff wins in 13 seasons. And I'm supposed to believe he's a good coach? In what fucking planet is 3 playoff wins in 13 seasons when you had a top 5 quarterback for 6 of those seasons, the best receiver for those 6 years, and arguably the best running back for 4 of those years? Shut the fuck up, sit down, have your tea or whatever the fuck you do. Let the adult talk. I know what the fuck I'm saying because I fucking watch the games.
Literally, what he said is how I feel about Darvin Ham.
And the great Dylan Windler has entered the game.
The thing is, everybody is in a TikTok, butt fuck, whatever the fuck thing is out there now. They think they know what they're watching based off of those things. The reaction from Stephen A. Smith is people's analyzation. They don't watch the fucking games. They look at what used to be just box scores. Now they just look at highlights on social media. That's how they base their analysis.
That's a dimmer switch for your critical thinking brain.
By the way, guys, have you guys watched any, not fully, but any Atlanta Hawks games this year to see how? Okay, I just, based off the reports, right? I had some downtime during Christmas. I was like, okay, watch a few games this year, see Murray and how he plays. He doesn't play defense like he used to anymore. So I don't understand. am I wrong in thinking that? But like, what
No,
is
you
the
are not. You are
infatuation
not,
with
Henry.
trading for this guy?
You are not. I unfortunately I wasn't available for that particular topic on LFB, but I would not trade for DeJounte Murray. I just wouldn't. First of all, he is not a very good catch and shoot player. He's like
No.
30 to 35% at best. And he's really like 33%, so he's like below average. And you're right. His steal percentage gone way down, Henry. Um, you know, he wasn't a very good individual defender. One of the reasons why he got a lot of steals, especially with the Spurs, was he played beside guys like Derek White, who are dogs. Like they're the dogs, and he was able to take advantage of passing lanes
Yep.
and mismatches. So I agree with you. You go to a team like Atlanta, your backcourt mate is Trey Young. If you're slipping a little bit, you're right, Henry. It's going to get exposed.
Just my 2 cents, man. I mean, obviously, I don't expect them to get him. I don't think the Lakers are going to trade the first round pick that they got. But I just was like, okay, let me watch. Let me at least see what my eyes are, because obviously, if you just read Twitter, everyone is just saying trade this guy, fire this guy, bring in Terry Stotts' cousin to be the assistant. You know what I mean? So I like to base it off my own conclusion. So yeah, I just didn't see the
Like
defense there.
I'm sorry, Henry. There's some very smart people we have on the LFB in our comment section, including Zingerstein, but like the port the Portland Trailblazers fired Terry Stotts for a reason, because their offense wasn't as good when they fired him as when they hired him, and he was a result of that. Not to mention, um, what happened in Milwaukee. Like what happened, because we haven't gotten the whole story there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
We haven't
We don't
gotten
know
the
what
whole
happened.
story there about what happened. So like again, Terry Stotts was brilliant, like as a tactician, as an assistant from the Hawks and then the Mavs, but I'm with you, man. It's not as if one coach is going to turn this around. It's not. It doesn't work that way. It
No,
doesn't work that way.
unfortunately.
I would
No.
at this point, I would rather hire Don Nelly, who's smoking weed at this point, um, and is 82. I would rather hire Nelly to be my offensive coach than Terry Stotts.
That's a good one. It's a good one, man. Yeah, I don't want to. I know the game's about to end. You guys are gonna hop on YouTube, right?
Yep.
I don't want
Yes,
to.
sir.
I don't want to be that doom and gloom guy. I just want to join, say hi to you guys. I'm still listening every day. I'm
Awesome.
planning on eventually joining the YouTube crew here and there. But I saw you guys got new guests on, which is cool. I really like the young guy Lakers corner. I
Yeah,
like his.
John Costa.
Yeah. He's really cool. He's really cool.
Yeah, man.
I like it. I checked out his page. Um, I love when Stone's on, because Stone's just like stone cold. He's just gonna get up like this team is ass. They're not going anywhere. Max Christie can't even dribble a basketball. I love it. It just makes me while I'm
It's true. Joe's mentioned it before. He's so stoic that it's almost as if nothing impresses that man.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like AD has a 41-18 game the other game. They'd be like, yeah. But AD, he can't run back on the floor on the defensive side. You're like, Stone, he had 41 and 18. He's like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, everyone's laughing it up there, right? Yep. There's Chris Yent laughing it up with
Oh yeah, I
Darvin
see that.
Ham.
I see that.
AD laughing it up. Yeah.
Reeves is the only one who looks pissed.
The
Reeves,
kid cares, Gerald. The kid cares.
Reeves got cooked today.
Brewy is completely disinterested, which I don't blame him.
I mean, would you blame if you were Rui? Wouldn't you be pissed at the on and off role? You
Yeah,
know,
I would. I completely would. And honestly, I think he was the head of the six that spoke to the Athletic,
I
Henry.
would not be upset if I was him. If I would personally not be upset. I mean, the guy played a huge role in the playoffs, and then he's like sitting behind Cam Reddish. Like, come on, man. Like I get Cam Reddish. All credit to him. He had a great like 2 3 week stretch, but
Cam
losing.
Reddish's individual defense uh doesn't create a situation where Rui should be off the floor because his defense is actually passable and he's a much better offensive player than Cam Reddish. So I'm with you, Henry. It makes no sense. But this is Darvin Ham's uh, teacher's pet.
Exactly, exactly.
Henry, great to have you on. I appreciate you stopping
too.
by. You got to come on our shows more, man.
I have to. I do. I will, man. I'm planning a wedding, so it's very busy. I'm sick right now, but I just want to hop on because I saw Sean was on. I just want to offer my condolences, talk to him, make sure he's okay.
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Today was kind of rough, but we're just moving forward, Henry, one day at a time. And I know my mother would want me to stay strong right now.
Absolutely, yeah. And you got a good group of brothers here for you. That's
100%. 100%. 100%. I've got one of the strongest support systems right now.
I think we all need a support system after this crappy game.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
And
we're heading to one. So, I mean, it's time to head into the cold chamber, Gerald, because
got
we're
it.
about to rip some ass.
Henry, do you want to join us?
I'll join you guys later. I don't want to join with a sick
Okay, well,
voice.
email me. You know my email, so email me.
Yeah, for sure, guys. You guys have a good show. It's good to see you guys. Have a good
Good
one.
to see you as well. I'm wishing you all the best, my friend. Feel better.
Yes. You guys. I'll see you
All
guys.
righty. And thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Playback. We're going to be on the post game here in just a minute. The Lakers suck 127 to 109. We'll be back in just a few minutes right here on the Lakers Fast Break podcast. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on all of our